Alright guys, welcome to my Vidyascape solo Zilyana guide. So this is intended for people who want to solo Zilyana, which I consider to be the most soloable God Wars dungeon boss in general because you can get a ton of kills per trip. So let's start by going over the gear setup. I think this is the most important thing. So we'll start with the helmet. This is pretty simple. I take Verax. I don't normally like to bring Barrows, but I'm going to take Verax because it has such high range defense. And range defense and offense is basically what you're prioritizing for this. And whatever else prayer you can kind of scrape in there. So Varrock Helm is a great option. You can also take Prozy Helm if you'd like. I take Amulet of Fury because I'm protecting it. Has a great prayer bonus and very good defensive bonuses. You could also use a Glory, but you're going to get hit just a little bit harder and your prayer's not going to last as long. I take a Sarah D'Hide body. I would honestly recommend taking a black D'Hide top until you're comfortable enough to know that you're not going to die, because you're going to lose this body. And if you're an Iron Man, like for me, I only have one Sarah body, so if I lose it, it's gone forever. So practice a little bit and take a holy symbol for God Wars Dungeon protection. But once you're good enough, you can take a Sarah D'Hide top. And then I recommend Zami D'Hide chaps once you're good enough as well, just to save yourself a protection slot for Zami minions attacking you in God Wars Dungeon. But I just take Black D'Hide chaps because I'm going to be bringing an Unholy Book, which is my my protection item. And of course you can mix match these, if you have a Zami top or Sarah chaps, that works just fine. It doesn't actually matter which one it is. That's just what I happen to have. So for shield, I would recommend one of two shields, either the Crystal Shield or the DFS. There's kind of pros and cons to each. The DFS, I love it just because I love the DFS, and I'm very biased. And it doesn't degrade, so once you got it, it's yours forever. It's a one-time investment, and that's why I like it, because I like things that I don't have to pay for multiple times. In addition, it doesn't degrade as in lose defensive value. So the Crystal Shield will, over time, get worse and worse and worse and worse, and unless you're doing the trick where you can kind of manipulate which Crystal Shield of yours degrades, it can be kind of a pain to manage. But you do get basically an extra 5 kilograms off of your run weight, which is pretty significant at Zilyana. So the Crystal Shield is definitely better for that. And I believe at the top few degradation levels, the Crystal Shield actually has a higher range defense than the DFS. I think at max it's like +8 more. So you are getting a little bit more defense. So it's up to you. You don't need a DFS, but if you just don't like the hassle of a Crystal Shield, you can certainly bring a DFS. A Granite Shield also works, but it's pretty heavy, and it's not quite as good as a DFS in my opinion, especially for melee defense bonuses. All right, you're mostly going to be using a Rune Crossbow. There's not really another option here because you're going to be using Diamond Bolts on Zilyana, and that is the most efficient ammo that I can think of because it has that accuracy bonus on its special attack. I also bring regular Addy Bolts for both kill count and killing the minions after I've killed Zilyana in the chamber. Barrow's gloves are a must. You can use rune gloves if you really don't want to risk, while you're training, but +3 to all offenses compared to rune gloves is pretty significant. So I take Barrow's gloves. It's worth the risk to me. I also take Boots of Lightness. The thing is, if you take like Ranger's Boots, you better have someone there to pick them up if you die. For me, I'd rather just have weight reduction because, man, it's really not that significant of a ranged bonus to have something like Ranger Boots or even Snakeskin. At that point, it's like, just use Boots of Lightness because you're going to want it. And of course, you're going to want Ava's Accumulator because Diamond Bolts are very expensive and you're certainly not going to have the time to pick them up off the floor while you're fighting. Lastly, I bring a Ring of Dueling because I intend on using this to teleport out of God Wars Dungeon, as well as do a certain trick that I will show you shortly. If you are going to bring an offensive ring, Archer's Ring is really the best because not only does it give you +4 ranged offense, it also gives you +4 ranged defense. So pretty good all around, but I don't want to risk my only Archer's Ring. So I'm going to bring this because it saves an inventory slot instead of like bringing a teleport. A lot of people say bring a one-click teleport, but personally, I'm not a fan of it. I find that I'd rather just save an inventory slot by bringing that, and Zilyana is not super risky, and as long as you're not panicking, you should be okay. All right, So that covered the gear loadout. Let's talk about inventory now. So obviously, if you need to bring any items for Saradomin or Zamorak protection, bring them. You know, I use my Unholy Book because it's actually filled out and I get prayer bonus as well as offensive bonuses. So it's great for getting kill count because I don't have to, you know, if I aggro something, I can actually just pray and it doesn't drain my prayer as much. And I don't have to worry about getting attacked by stuff. So, but also you can bring like a holy symbol. You can also bring an unholy symbol and a holy book. There's a lot of combinations. You should do the research there and figure out what's best for you. This is what I personally like because I really like the offensive bonuses in that. It's actually good for killing the minions in the chamber as well. Obviously, I have my Addy Bolts. These are just my switch for kill count. In fact, we're going to start with these two equipped when I actually go into God War's Dungeon, and we'll swap these out once I actually enter Zilyana's chamber. So potions, pretty simple actually. I just take a range pot and I pot up every single kill, like at the beginning of it. And then I also take a super defense mix. You got to join the mix club because I drink this every 2 kills and it restores a little bit of health and also buffs my defense because my defense level is really not that high. So I think it's personally worth it. You could bring a super defense potion and drink every single kill, but I think super defense mix is a good middle ground because it gives you a little bit of healing as well, and you don't need a pot every single kill, in my opinion. This is what I've decided is that 4 prayer pots is about perfect, 1 per kill. 2 super energies if you're bringing summer pies. You're probably going to need to bring way more if you're doing the brew method, like way more. But with summer pies, I normally only need 2 to 3. 2, once you get really good, you can bring a 3rd one as you're starting out if you feel like it's better to do that. Really, this boss is you getting a feel for the boss and optimizing the inventory to the point that you're comfortable with it. And this is kind of where I've optimized it too, but maybe you're not quite at that level yet. So if you need to make adjustments, please do. Last but not least, we just fill the inventory with food, and I like to bring 1 shark and the rest summer pies because the 1 shark is great in case I get hit doing kill count or something else. It just gives me an extra inventory slot and I don't have to waste a summer pie because oftentimes you'll get rune drops from like the warriors and stuff, and sometimes I like to pick them up. So it's good to have a burner shark, but the rest should be summer pies for this setup because this is going to be mainly how you restore your energy because every bite of this is 10% energy. So that's 20%, 20, 20, 20. It's a lot. But you'll notice I also have 2 fires and 2 batches of Trollheim teleports, really. And that's because I'm going to show you this trick. So prepare yourself. Teleport to Trollheim. Drop 2 items. Doesn't really matter which one. Teleport to Castle Wars if you have a Ring of Dueling. Grab 2 more food items. And then teleport there. And now you'll notice I've gotten to where I need to go, but I have completely filled my inventory with summer pies at this point. So that's how you basically finagle getting an extra few inventory spaces despite having to teleport. It's a great method. You honestly should be doing it with every single God Wars boss. There's no exceptions there. If you weren't aware of that, I feel like most people are. So I guess we'll run to God War's Dungeon, and I'll show you the route there if you're a super beginner. It's pretty simple. You just go down those cliffs, pray ranged about here, and then you just have to run past these trolls. Nothing particularly dangerous. And then depending on if you have the agility or strength route, you take whatever one is available to you. You should have agility route if you're doing Zilyana, because I think it's 60 to do agility route, but it's 70 to get into Zilyana's place in the first place. Yeah, you're going to need to pray melee around these guys. Your run is going to get drained here. It's awful. Just bear with it. Make sure you have your protection god items on when you go down this rope. Otherwise, you're going to get absolutely swarmed. So here we are. This is where you get kill count, just right down that rope. It's a very simple process. Really, you just want to aim for anything that is currently being attacked, because that is the least hassle. So aim for things that are busy killing other stuff, or if you're an idiot, you can accidentally tag one of these guys, and then you could just pray flick until he dies. But so it's pretty simple. I recommend getting a spiritual warrior task while you're getting kill count, because it's just free Slay XP. and it's actually not bad. You get like almost 10k per per Zilyana trip, so it's like, why not? Free Slayer XP. So this process is quite lengthy. It's about, I don't know, 15 minutes from start to finish. Depends on your luck and what's attacking what, but you'll get the hang of it soon enough. Just again, make sure you're attacking stuff that's already being attacked so that you don't get attacked back. Try to attack things that are about to die, and you can score an extra kill count. If you're lucky, like this, I got a hit in, so it should... Nope, it didn't actually count it. Dang. But as long as you get a hit of damage in before that thing dies, then you will get kill count credit for it. So that's all that matters. And again, now you see why I brought the shark, because I'm an idiot and I often make mistakes with prey flicking and aggroing, and so it's just good to have that extra 20 heal at the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the kill count, and then I will continue the video once we're actually at Zilyana's doorstep. Alright, I finished up all the kill count that I need to do, but I actually forgot there's a few things left I have to show you, like how to get to Zilyana. You just go east until you see this little marker on the map, and if this is your first trip here, I would recommend just coming here without even killing Zilyana and just putting the 2 ropes on these, because you only have to do it once and it's permanent. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is, so just do that on your first trip and then actually come here to try and kill her. But just climb down this, you'll get down to the 2nd level, and then you have to climb down once more into the 3rd level. Pretty simple. I would walk as you get closer if you need run energy, because you want to be at 100% when you go in. Simple enough. I did forget to kind of mention agility and what purpose it serves in here, because you need 70 to come in here bare minimum. Like, you actually need it. It is a hard requirement to climb those ropes. But you're probably going to want something like mid-80s to actually kill this boss and save a lot of supplies. You could do it at 70, but I think the ratio of Summer Pies to Super Energies is going to be quite a bit different in your inventory. Maybe up to like 4 Super Energies, maybe even 5. I'm not sure. I've only done this at 84 agility, which is kind of the... it's kind of the balance of time spent on agility to actually run restore ratio. I don't know how to call that, but there's kind of brackets. Every 6 agility levels, you get bumped up a bracket in terms of run restore, and 84 is kind of what I consider to be the most fair one, because the next one's at 90, and that's like another 2 million XP from here, and I'm like, it's not worth that for like 10% difference run restore. But anyway, so let's go ahead and go into the room. So you should have 40 kill count at this point. As you can see, I've already used my shark because I picked up a clue scroll, which is definitely worth dropping a shark for, or eating it. So when you enter the room itself, you want to switch. Make sure if you're going to switch off your god items, make sure there's nothing around you that wants to immediately kill you. So equip your main shield as well as your diamond bolts. Go ahead and pot up. And then pray Mage, Eagle Eye, and go on in. And now this is where things get crazy. So I'm going to try my best to not ramble on here, but I can't guarantee, because I'm going to be focusing on actually killing her. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I probably won't be able to comment on everything, every single kill, but I'll try and get all of it over the course of the trip. So at first you'll notice I'm running to these corners, and I'm basically running about 1/3 of the way, attacking her, running the other 1/3 of the way, attacking her, and then running to the corner and attack her. If you do this right, you can get 3 rapid fire attacks in each wall. That is ideally what you want. So basically 12 attacks across the entire circle. But of course, it doesn't always work that well, because sometimes you have to eat and you're going to have to space that out. One thing I should note immediately upon entering is please watch your prayer. That is what's going to probably mess you up the most. Watch your prayer and watch your energy. You got to make sure you keep those as high as possible. See, I missed an attack there because I accidentally clicked too late on Zilyana. This is really pretty click intensive, but it gets kind of relaxing after you get the rhythm of it. I also like to move my camera every single time 90 degrees just so that I'm clicking at the same spots. But you can do whatever you want. So as you notice, my prayer is getting lower. You gotta eye that prayer constantly. This is a really good kill, by the way. They don't normally go this smoothly. So drink a sip right after you attack, so that it doesn't waste any ticks, and then just keep on going. It's pretty simple. Once your run energy gets low or your health gets low, you can obviously chomp on a summer pie. I recommend eating at least 2 bites of summer pie so that the eating delay doesn't really cost you much time. All right. Going well. There may be some periods where I'm not talking much. Just keep that prey up. You always want to keep your prayer up below the max, unless it's like your last kill and you're not going to come back. Okay, so we've entered the minion phase. Go ahead and equip that, and now you want to basically learn how to flick the minions. So I'm going to have to do some intense thinking here. So it appears Bree and Starlight are on the same tick, which is unfortunate, but we can at least flick 2 of them. And that means because Bree and Starlight are on the same tick, I can't protect myself 100% of the damage. So I want to kill one of the 2 that are basically attacking on the same tick so that I can protect 100% of the damage. And as you can see, Starlight just went down. So now I'm 100% immune to damage if I flick well here. If I flick well. That's the trick. I personally like to kill Bree over Starlight for some reason. I'm sorry, Bree over Growler. Once it's, once I'm 100% protected. You're not really going to be killing all the minions every single time. That was a bad flick. That's going to hurt. You're mostly going to kill like 2 minions and damage the 3rd one. So try not to... Okay, here we go. We've killed that one. So now you can just sit and actually collect your loot after you've killed all of them, which is really nice. So this is the time that you want to do that. I'm going to pick up that Addy plate because that's like 10k. I mean, I'm going to eat up, clear inventory space. Unicorns are very good. It's one of my favorite drops here because I hate killing unicorns. But yeah, go ahead and get him as weak as possible, but then as you can see, it's respawned. So I only got him to about half health. That's normal. It's very unlikely that you're going to get him close to death. But yeah, you just rinse and repeat at this point. I might be able to show some more advanced minion management later, but sadly that was a pretty basic one, and I couldn't really kill them at 100% speed anyway because I was focusing on commentary. But pretty simple. Sometimes you get bad luck, and it can take a lot of supplies just to kill one Zilyana. Oh, I forgot. You need a repot ranged. Every single kill, repot ranged. You're going for 4 kills. I can talk more about that later, but sometimes there's food drops, and that can allow you to go for 5 kills, in which case you can space out your ranged pots a little bit more. But for the most part, 1 ranged pot every kill, 1 super defense mix every 2 kills. Oh, that's a nice spec, 39. I think my max is 40. And I think it's only when I'm like just topped off with the range pot. Yeah, sorry for the clicking. If you want some clicking ASMR, I'll give you a minute here. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Now, let's continue. You'll notice I actually ate 3 bites of summer pie there. And basically what I like to do when I'm eating is I eat in this corner and then run all the way to the other corner after eating to actually attack. The Addy plate shop is here. Alright, let's figure out this timing. Bree, okay. That's unfortunate. I somehow got Starlight on the same tick as Growler. Oh! My flicks are not good right now. There we go. It's hard to flick and talk. Just saying. Give me a break. But you really do need to get good at flicking these guys if you want to save your supplies. And also, if you really want to do it, you can get Starlight off tick by walking around and making him hit you at a different time. But as you can see, I'm talking, and it's very hard to manage all that, so I'm just going to go the easy route. As long as you're flicking Bree and Growler, you're probably okay. That was a bad flick. Alright, this is the point where you may want to start eating, because Yeah, you're gonna get destroyed if you don't eat. Also, you gotta get that prey up. Alright. I'm actually gonna take these steel darts, because why not? Alright, Bree's almost dead, thank goodness. That was bad flicks, but you'll get better, and especially when you can actually focus and not do commentary. I'm kind of a madman for attempting this. Alright, that should be the last Bree. Now we can damage Growler a little bit more. Oh, Law Runes. Oh, hello, Zily. That was unfortunate. In case I didn't explain why you're praying mage and not range, it's because Growler hits you at like an accuracy of like 50%, and Bree hits you like 20% of the time. So I'm actually going to skip that Addy plate. It's kind of late at this point to grab it. So you're better off praying mage, because even though Bree still absolutely destroys you a lot of the time, like right there, you're still going to get hit way more from Growler. So hence why you're maxing your range defense and not your mage defense, because you're praying the opposite type of damage to kind of cover both bases. Yeah, I'm hoping you guys can kind of learn just from watching me do this, rather than me explaining everything, because I'm going to fall short. Because when you're actually fighting, again, it's very hard to commentate. But I hope you can kind of get the tips and tricks that I'm failing to explain. But man, this kill is... We're actually doing very well. Like, you don't normally hit Zilyana this hard. Like, we could probably do a 5-kill trip with how well things are going, despite the fact that my minion flicking has been just awful. It's kind of crazy, actually. Yeah, another tip from last kill. Don't stand where Zilyana's going to spawn right when she's going to spawn. Look at that kill! They don't normally go that well. Rune darts. I'll take it. Alright, everyone's on a different tick. Well, I'm lagging or something. Alright. Nice. If you noticed, I actually attacked Growler first this time because he was already low health, and therefore it made sense for me to finish him off so that I didn't have to flick a third thing. It's really hard to do this without audio too. I normally have audio playing in my ears so I can actually hear when Starlight hits me. So that's another reason that I'm failing miserably. We're actually doing okay at this skill though. Alright. We'll get Starlight low, which is perfect. Curious what I got. I hope it's diamonds. I love diamond drops. Oh, this is taking a long time. Alright, we're going to drop some pies. Diamonds, please. Snape grass and Raynar. Not my favorite. Sorry, I need to get out of this spot before Zily spawns again and smacks me like she did last time. Yeah, take this time to regen your stuff if you have a brief break, because it doesn't last very long. And you're already going to get absolutely destroyed again. So, typical. But hey, we're actually doing really well this trip. It's not that uncommon to get a 5-kill trip, but it really depends on your luck. With worst case luck, wow, I accidentally took a hit there. With worst case luck, you're going to end up getting a 3-kill trip, usually. You don't normally get worse than that. Like, it's hard to get very unlucky once you're skilled enough. If you notice, I'm actually saving my last range dose. Oh, we're on Addy Bolts. That's why I'm not hitting. Classic. Make sure you switch back to your Diamond Bolts. It's kind of cutting it close. I think I'm just going to range pot up because we'd need a food drop to guarantee a 5th kill, I think. Alright. Yeah, really, this boss is just a lot of practice. I think after about 5 trips, you're going to start getting the minion flicking down. And I recommend having game audio on, even though Bree and Growler's attacks actually don't make sounds on their correct tick. I believe they're like 1 tick after when it hits you. So It's kind of interesting how you have to flick these guys. You basically have to flick them when they start their animation rather than when they actually, the projectile hits you. Alright, we need to eat here because our run is getting low. We'll eat one more summer pie and we'll fuse that with a super energy. Drop some of these. Ah, I clicked examine. That happens. And make sure to pray pot. Keep that high. I think one more pray pot will probably tide me over. Yeah, we're actually doing really well on prayer. You kind of have to make micro adjustments every single trip depending on how your luck is. Like, sometimes you'll get hit a lot, but you'll absolutely destroy Zilyana, and therefore you'll chug through food without needing much energy, and therefore you barely even sip your energy pots. Sometimes it'll take ages to kill Zilyana, and you'll go through so much energy. So it's really managing those variables of energy and prayer constantly. That's kind of the thing you have to learn. It's not too difficult, but it takes some adjustment of paying attention. Like, every time you click Zilyana and then click away, you look up at your stats up there and make sure that everything's doing okay. All right, I'm gonna take an energy dose here rather than a summer pie because I think we're close to finishing her off. Oh, Bree, please stop with the arrows. They hurt so bad. All right. And can we finish her off? Probably not. I'm actually just going to eat here. I think we can go for a 5th kill. I think so. If I can actually close this kill out. That should be it, actually. Yep, once she stops, it's over. All right. Oh. Nice. Oh, that's not good. We got them all on different ticks, which is just absolutely perfect. Oh, wrong prayer. It's all falling apart. Yeah, it's hard to manage stuff while you're getting attacked. Yeah, what I'm hoping for on this trip is a Godsword Shard. That would be nice. Yeah, and if you thought doing this normally was hard, just wait till you have to commentate while there's also lag on the server. Oh my gosh, I'm really out of sync here. I'm just going to hold the prayers on. Oh. Please die, Bree, so I can have a break. Whew. And the prayer ran out. Classic. I'm actually going to go around and collect some stuff, because that is 20k right there. And I don't think we're going to finish this off. Oh, can we grab this without Zily spawning? Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, we might have enough prayer. It's going to be close, but we're going to try here. All right. Oh, I need to get this on. Get the DFS on, or else Bree's going to absolutely destroy us. All right, so this is going to be our final kill. We'll try and make this work. We may have to teleport out. I hate to teleport out because it tags Zilyana, and I hate to ruin someone else's loot, but I think it's quite feasible that we can finish this kill if we have good luck, like hitting 38s. But let's do some chomping here. This is normally how kills go. You just power eat. Sorry for the chair squeaks, by the way. Ooh. We may get lucky here. We may not, though, because I'm getting torn up by Bree right now. So we have to get some pretty sick hits in to actually finish this off. I probably won't be able to kill the minions no matter what, because the prayer is running quite low. Ooh, our food. Our food! We have officially run out of food, so that makes things interesting as well. Might as well drink this last prayer dose. Come on, some good hits. Yeah, 4-kill trip is very respectable. You can't really ask for more than that every time. You really just have to get lucky if you want better trips. So, I guess if you bring Bruise, you could go long, but I mean, you're still going to have to carry super energy, so it's like you might as well just bring Wild Pies. Because what's the point, you know? It's not like you can stay here forever, so just bring something that works for you. A few Brews is not a bad idea instead of a, instead of a super defense, a Brew is a great option, so. Alright, we're actually pulling through here. Look at this. I may be able to kill Growler after this because he's weakened. Oh my goodness. I swear if I get a Godsword shard drop, I will be thrilled. Oh man, look at those hits. And that's a 5-kill trip right there. That's just beautiful. Oh! Restores and Brews. That is such a great drop. Sadly, it's a bit late at this point, but we're absolutely going to pick those up. And we'll finish off Growler. And maybe Bree. Oh. Alright, that went quite well, and I hope that it was a learning experience for people watching, because it was an ordeal for me to actually commentate while I'm fighting. It's kind of crazy that I got a 5-kill trip, to be honest. Alright, we're not even going to worry about Starlight, though. I'm just going to get out of here after I kill Bree. We gotta try and farm for the shards, so it's still worth killing them. Alright, we're just going to coast now. Drop one of these, get this. Steel darts, wow. Nice. Alright, well that's one trip at this point. You can teleport out. One thing I should mention though is if you manage to kill all the minions, you can actually restore your prayer here, which will sometimes get you an extra kill in a trip. Usually not. But that is it. Not bad loot. I will take Sarah Brews as I can't actually make them on my Iron Man yet. So it's quite a nice treat because of the fact that I'm getting a potion I wouldn't normally be able to craft. But yeah, not bad. I hope this was useful to you guys. You can really get a lot of kill count solo on here. I think with about 2,000 Summer Pies and a handful of energy pots, you can actually do enough kills to get almost every single drop from Zilyana. So it's really just a lot of supply gathering at first, which is what I did. And then you can get into actually just killing her non-stop, back to back to back. As long as you can keep up your diamond bolts at least. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Best of luck on your drops from Zilyana.